The internet's forgotten art form. Wow, Machinima. Hope you guys got your popcorn ready or your tea or coffee. I got my coffee here because this is gonna be a long one today, guys. Let's take a look at it. This is a video from Platinum Wow.
Machinima, a combination of words machine and cinema, used to describe the method of making animated film using software similar to that designed for making video and computer games.
Yep.
This style of video production was pioneered by dedicated fans of the Quake series,
Really?
and what were originally called Quake movies. What was widely considered to be the first machinima ever created was the video Diary of a Camper in 1996 by a gaming clan called the Rangers. And although it was primitive, its creation inspired others to use video game engines as mediums for storytelling.
It's cool.
The act of making machinima can be relatively simple and intuitive compared to other styles of filmmaking by reusing game assets, animations, and using a person's in-game avatar as an actor.
Yep.
Because of this, the machinima genre has become a popular avenue of self-expression across video game titles like Halo, Garry's Mod, Grand Theft Auto, and The Sims.
Oh my god. All the freaking Team Fortress 2 memes and machinimas, man. I didn't know that with the Quake thing, actually. That's really interesting, because when I think of machinima, I think like Blizzard. Like, I don't know, but maybe that's because I'm a WoW Andy, you know?
All of these games, and many others, had bustling communities of filmmakers.
Yeah.
But one stood out as being utterly unique.
Okay. Oh my god. No way, the song. Ba, ba, ba. Dude, that's so good. Okay.
The year is 2004. World of Warcraft was at the forefront of innovation not only in the gaming space, but for our entire modern culture as a whole. For many people, it was their first experience playing an MMO, and in turn, their first experience with the full potential of the internet and being able to connect with anyone and everyone all across the world. World of Warcraft was a trailblazer into our current internet-dominated culture. It was an adventure, a social platform, an addiction, and an unforgettable experience mixed all into one.
Fucking insane game.
I'm addicted to the game, but I'm not fully addicted. Like, I can quit whenever I want.
We've seen this documentary. What did he say here? Like, this kicks ass or something?
This really kicks ass, doesn't it?
Yeah, I knew.
For everyone at home, what is Machinima? Machinima is animated filmmaking within a virtual 3D real-time environment. Basically using computer games to record scenes as if you would with a camcorder.
It's cool.
You would actually set up, rather than playing the game and fighting and killing, you kind of set up the characters and record what they're doing, edit together, and create a movie around it? Exactly. It's like setting up to use a term, a puppet show to a certain degree. Only you're using this really elaborate and engaging environment, this really visually rich environment to create a whole scene. And because it's using the game technology, you get the benefit from all the things that you can do with the game, which is create new characters, create whole new worlds, and things like that. It's really amazing stuff.
At the same time,
it's crazy. It's kind of wild to be a part of these things before anyone else. I agree, dude. There's no way the film crew didn't tell him to say that. Definitely. Say something cool. Say something like stick to the boys. Right? I can't believe we said in 2000s thinking things looked modern. It looks the same as the 80s to me now. Dude, when I see like some footage from like 2010 or like 2005, I think 80s. It's crazy how it's insane. Like, this to me, I would think, if I didn't see the timestamp, like 2004, I would think this would be from the 80s or 90s or something. That's insane.
People across the internet were discovering...
Question mark? No, because we're so used to like 4K, HD resolution, like LED. It's insane, bro.
The filmmaking potential in virtual spaces like video games. In a game like World of Warcraft,
such a good game
space for machinima creation.
Yep.
It was a massive world with countless locations for filming, hundreds of character customization options, and an open world environment that allowed players to collaborate with like-minded artists.
Yep.
Because World of Warcraft is a video game first and foremost, there are some challenges players must work around in order to make a film within the game.
Okay.
Like other players standing in your shot or not being a high enough level to film in certain zones.
No. That's why people use private servers a lot for those
stuff. Using the world of Azeroth to tell stories was an effective tool, and the rise of World of Warcraft's popularity coincided with the rise of the internet and popular video sharing websites. Before
YouTube.
YouTube, there was a site called Warcraft Movies,
Yep.
which was created in 2004. According to the website's timeline, the first Warcraft movie uploaded to the site is a PvP montage from WoW's beta, set to the insane lineup of songs from the Braveheart soundtrack, Stone Sour, Marilyn Manson, and The Offspring.
This is just so peak early World of Warcraft PvP video music, man. I love it. It's so good. I don't know why Offspring became so popular with WoW music or like PvP music and stuff like that. Giga Chat, yeah, it's fucking sick. The yellow ping. Dude, I don't know, like the early days of Warcraft movies, like, you know, PvP movies, they were so different. I think it's also because there was, like, YouTube nowadays can feel very, like, I don't know, corporate in a way, because there's so much money in it, and it's like, it's almost like you gotta follow, like, a recipe to get views in a way. But back then, it was just a lot of people making videos because they were so passionate, and they were just, oh man, I wanna show people this, right? So a lot of it was a lot more just raw.
But
right?
I wouldn't consider it a machinima, as there really isn't any story being told here. The next video would be in December of 2004, called
The Illegal Danish
I
as
Surrender,
well.
which is a music video love story set to Celine Dion's song of the same name. This pixelated masterpiece seemed to have touched the hearts of many, with comments on the site saying things like,
Aw, nice. Nice, 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 nice. This is my first rating and comment ever. That was a nice movie thing, man. Hey, how do you hide the chat bar thing and the thing with the skills on it? You hit everything. How?
Not entirely clear how the guy died indeed, but still, the part where you saw her first and then the same picture without her later just made me feel sad.
OMFG, I don't know either to throw up because of all the fucking spinning or cry laughing. GG, fuck that music sucks!
I watched it again and I finally understand the part where he's in the water.
Oh no.
He jumps and when you see him in the water, he's a spirit.
No.
Once again, I nearly cried.
No.
This really makes you think about life and death and how unfair it all is.
Damn. It's so funny. It was so innocent, I don't know. The brain rot
World
hasn't
of
set in.
Warcraft and video sharing websites like Warcraft Movies, and eventually YouTube, grew parallel with the game. This is one of the many reasons why Machinima became a significant part of the game's culture, and players use the game as a canvas to make narrative series, music videos,
Oxhorn.
dramas, sketches, and really anything else that could come to mind.
Who's the tank?
Also, during these early days of the internet, where the quality of content wasn't particularly high, one of the advantages Machinima had is its
Now that's a good one. Hardware store. Thank you, Nico Tim, for the 2 months prime.
relative high quality, and it was far easier to create and less of a time investment. Furthermore, many people formed a deep connection with these videos, not just because they were funny videos online. They were relatable because they were created in Azeroth, and viewers were living the experience of being in that world.
Hey, this guy's got a certain appeal.
I remember this one too.
Look, noob, I'll make you a deal. You beat me, and I'll give you all my gear.
Oh, this one is so good. Man.
The popularity of WoW Machinima was recognized by Blizzard during the first ever BlizzCon. In this very first iteration of the convention, attendees could enjoy lots and lots of alcohol, play StarCraft Ghost, which would later be canceled.
Wait, you could drink
play
alcohol?
the newly announced Burning Crusade expansion, where one could play the new horde race, the Blood Elves.
Yep.
Guess that means more guys playing girls, yeah?
And during the initial announcement, the Alliance race, the Draenei, was not made known to the public.
2 new races, the Blood Elves of Quel'Thalas. And the second race? Well, the second race, that was close. That was good. That was good.
That was close. It was?
You almost got it out. Pandarians?
There was also a climbing wall, a jousting area, ping pong, and a Q&A with developers and writers.
This question's kind of inevitable. I know you probably don't want to
So
address
different.
it, but why are there 2 Hakars in Warcraft lore?
With the Houndmaster?
Richard Knack asked you to ask that. Did he roll me on that? Damn it.
What the fuck?
I'll roll that out. I'll let the guys off the hook. The answer is, my
I do,
bad.
sweetie.
Battlegrounds, a Dota tournament where you could win an MP3 player, voice impressions,
What ho? Stop clicking rage. Remove.
and most
so
importantly,
funny.
Jonathan Davis from Korn made an appearance. But the event we'll be focusing on in this video is the first ever WoW movie contest held at BlizzCon.
Oh,
this movie
yeah.
contest was sponsored by NVIDIA and Asus, and 5 winners of the contest would be credited by their in-game names and the guild they were a part of.
This is cool.
All 5 of these winning Machinima films were premiered at BlizzCon. The first one...
Oh, I saw it. Sinwrath. Bro.
Condemnation, a story about a group of guild members rescuing a lost gnome in Duskwood.
You pathetic whelps! You think you can save your town with the help of an inept gnome?
Oh.
I think we may have located the source of Ticket's disappearance.
Another was called Rise of the Living Dead, where a group of undead attack Alliance players in the Deep Run tram.
Yeah.
I will taste your flesh.
There was also Wish Upon a Paladin, where a paladin is transported into a genie's bottle.
I wish my gear wasn't so bound to me.
I haven't seen this one.
That is a good wish.
Oh.
That was a very good wish.
Another was called Return, a story of a soldier returning from war only to find his home destroyed. This is an important one that we'll be talking about extensively later in the video.
If you want to see the evolution of WoW Machinima, watch Tales of the Past series. Tales of the Past, that's the 3-part series, right? Yeah, we actually watched this entire thing on stream. Straight up. We had a stream where we watched the whole fucking thing.
You there, young man. How is the road to Stromgarde?
What do you mean, old man? The road is as it always is. Do you not know the way?
Oh, I see Bioworm. Okay.
I know my way well enough, lad.
And lastly, there was Sinwrath, the movie.
How do I know I can trust you?
Trust me? Do you know who I am?
I am.
Sinwrath the movie was created by Clint Hackelman, online name Mindflame, and his brother and guildmates. Clint helped write the script, voice act, and made the original score for the film, and his brother did the editing.
It's actually really impressive when you look at these things, like the Machinimas, the things that they came up with was so innovative. It's actually very, very impressive for the time.
5 winners of the BlizzCon 2005 movie contest. This one was definitely the most technically impressive and filled with clever shots.
Gotta think of something fast.
What is these? You're getting an ass kicking.
Hey, how's it going?
That's what I mean.
Come through.
Hey, dragon.
It's so.
Those other breaks were delicious.
You look at those videos now, the quality really isn't that great. And
no, I think it is. I genuinely, does it look like crazy, like HD? No. But I feel like the way that they went around, the way they went around like certain like creative ideas and like actually like put them into action is very creative. It's so cool.
Some of the shots, and
like it was not great, but you could tell it had soul. Yeah, it had like soul. It had like, you could see that it's like, it's passion. People had a passion for it, right? Oh, he means the quality in the pixels. Okay, I see. Okay, maybe it's out of context.
Well, you know, it's like we were using a blue sky to composite things. You know, you point the camera at the sky so that you could composite something in. And there were some really basic techniques before Model Viewer came into existence.
Oh yeah, it was before Model Viewer. Model Viewer changed everything.
WoW Model Viewer is an open source program created by UFOZ and Dargic in June of 2005. And it would change the WoW Machinima landscape forever.
Yeah, you can literally, you can see it here. You can literally get every single model in the game in a green screen room, and then you can also build like little sets and shit like that. You can do so much cool shit in Model Viewer. I used to actually use Model Viewer for thumbnails. I would make all my characters in Model Viewer, and I would like do a pose, and I would import it into like a YouTube thumbnail. Then I realized that I could just yoink the models from Wowhead, and it was a lot easier. But I did used to use this program as well.
Was relatively simple. It would search through your game's client and allow users to see every model, character, weapon, and spell graphic in the game.
It's so cool.
This completely revolutionized how WoW Machinima was made. No longer were machinima artists bound to the confines of the game's limits. Now they could create practically whatever they wanted by filming an in-game background and then compositing a character over it. This, coupled with people using another program called WoW Map Viewer, or creating their own personal servers to do whatever they wanted in the world,
everything.
allowed artists to push the limits of filmmaking in Azeroth. WoW Model Viewer allows artists to make a type of machinima that is incredibly unique compared to how machinima was made in other games.
This one is fucking sick too, by the way. Divided Soul. Awesome machinima as well. They literally made World of Warcraft anime. It's so insane.
The limitations of making a film and a video game were heavily subdued, and now only an artist's imagination was the limit to what they could create. Mindflame and friends would put this to the test with their next machinima, created for another Blizzard movie contest in collaboration with Xfire.
Which one was that?
This video includes almost 100 player characters, 10 voice actors, an original score of 15 tracks, and over 1,500 hours of work.
That's insane.
It is the illegal Danish Super Snacks.
This one is just insane. If you haven't seen
I
this...
and many others are of the personal belief that the illegal Danish is the best machinima ever made.
It's either this one or Tales of the Past. I feel like the illegal Danish is more of like a fun, like comedic kind of machinima. It's like, it's a good story, but it's more like comedic and funny, whereas Tales of the Past is like very, very like serious and like, you know, it's very different.
While many sections are filmed in-game, the scenes filmed using WoW Model Viewer highlight the potential of the program by mixing objects and characters and repurposing a model's use into something wholly different that was never intended by the developers. For example, we can look at the main antagonist of the video, who is made up of a gnome mech, a gnomish gear repurposed to look like a Gatling gun, a dwarf model head, and glasses that have this graphic from the Deep Run tram overlaid onto them.
Bro!
This is just an example that with a little bit of creativity, a machinima artist can combine an amalgamation of assets to make practically whatever they desire.
This is art,
and
like,
the illegal
actually.
Danish also wasn't just technically impressive. It was also the most quotable machinima in all of Warcraft history.
Arcanine Reaver!
There I was, in the Silithus Desert.
There's an imposter amongst us, and he touched my ass.
So here we are. We finally made it to South
the scene.
Beach, and let me tell you, it is awesome.
This is not the time for dwarven river dancing. Are those the pants?
Pants?
The healing pants?
I got
This
Blizzard
film was
protection.
wildly popular, gaining over 700,000 views on Warcraft movies alone, and the second illegal Danish movie, Illegal Danish: Escape from Orgrimmar, released 2 years later, and garnered 500,000 views in the first 24 hours.
That's insane.
And the popularity of Mindflame's work allowed him to make content creation his full-time job.
This is freaking sick. It's so cringe. Bro, if you find this cringe, you do not have a happy bone in your life, okay? This is so freaking awesome. If you are like a WoW fan or like a WoW player or enjoyer, this is cool, bro. This is so sick.
Which was unheard of at the time. One of the main methods of monetization for his work was selling the original music created for his videos on iTunes.
You got to play WoW.
You got to play WoW. Man, I'm such a nerd, man.
But because of the obtuse legality of monetizing films made within a copywritten video game, Clint was severely restrained on developing other revenue streams when making content online. But he was motivated to make it work.
And I wanted to do it legally, so I spent quite a few years just going around the country, meeting up with attorneys and video game developers, and worked with Henry Lowood at Stanford University to gather together a bunch of game developers to put together a prototype of a machinima licensing agreement.
This is crazy.
That everybody could use, and kind of came to this agreement between the game developers that we won't sue you. That's what they told us. They're like, well, we won't sue you, but you still can't profit. There were
being able to live off of content creation back then was crazy. I mean, there's still a few. There is quite a few people from back then that was like content creators that like nowadays make a living with it. But I feel like that's because they gained they became like famous from the videos that they made, and then years down the road when you became able to like monetize stuff, then you could do it, right? WoW took all the soul from its players. Yeah, you don't see stuff like this anymore, man. This is I don't know. It's like the golden age of WoW.
Times to where we had opportunities to work with major networks to produce machinima for cable television.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
would tell me, oh yeah, we'll take care of the licensing. Well, when it came down to starting production, no one could get the licensing. So, you know,
it's pretty great. It's
Network, cool. MTV, they just couldn't do it. They could not get any of these game developers to allow them to create a show based on their video games.
He actually tried to do that. Is insane. Imagine that would have been seeing like WoW Machinima on like big TVs like that. That would have been so insane. Theory of a Death Knight. Hey yo. I've seen this one too. I've seen this one too.
What the fuck? Mindflame continued to create WoW Machinima until the Cataclysm expansion. And during his career, he branched off and created his own website, did live streaming and Let's Plays, and nowadays...
Oh, Left 4 Dead! Dude, I've been wanting to do a Left 4 Dead stream with like a few people, but I haven't been able to find like people. I don't know. Dude, I want to play Left 4 Dead so bad at some point. That was so fun, dude. Holy
live streaming
shit.
and Let's Plays, and nowadays he has taken a break from creating content
Total Biscuit,
online
yeah,
and is learning to play Christmas songs on the ukulele.
Oh! Oh! Yeah, OnlyFans friends, yeah, it'd be cool.
Let's talk about WoW movie contests again.
Okay.
There were a lot of these movie contests over the years, and were the reason why a lot of the most beloved Machinima productions were ever even created. During this time, WoW Machinima was seen as an emerging technology and a new frontier of filmmaking for your average person. And there was a buzz in the air to support and pursue this new medium.
This really makes me respect Platinum WoW so much more, by the way. Because I feel like he is the forefront of today's Machinima in WoW. He is literally hard carrying WoW Machinima on his back. His videos are so fucking well made, and it is very difficult to make stuff like that. Oh! And Captain Grimm? Yeah, Captain Grimm as well.
Easily, the most iconic contest was the Rogues Do It From Behind music video contest, sponsored by Comcast. This was a song made by the elite Taran Chieftains,
so cool.
A metal band composed of Blizzard employees. ETC perfectly frames that this was a different era in the history of Blizzard with their song Rogues Do It From
The songs
Behind,
are actually good.
which has iconic lines like, "Rogues do it where the sun don't shine."
Yeah.
Gonna creep inside your back door.
Gonna creep inside your back door.
And Call Me Ice-T, Original Gangster.
It was cool. The songs are good though.
Was actually split between US and EU. For the US, there were 3 winners, all of them winning an iPod with 8 gigabytes of storage. The EU winner was a 15-year-old boy who won a surround sound audio system.
Oh shit.
Now, typically these contests were a collaboration effort between Blizzard and other companies like Comcast or Alienware.
Alienware, oh my god.
They collaborated.
I remember when I was a kid, I wanted an Alienware PC so bad. It was like, oh my god, dude. Holy shit. I never got one, but you know, it is what it is.
With X-Fire to make a film contest with $26,000 worth of prizes.
Yeah.
The winners of the contest had their films premiered at Stanford University. Winners won things like a GeForce 7900 graphics card and an Athlon VX processor.
Damn.
The person that won first place got a $5,000 PC.
Ooh.
That film in particular was Edge of Remorse. But not all iconic machinimas were made for movie contests. Others were simply works of pure passion.
Okay. Which one is this? This is what I mean with like freaking WoW anime. You get what I'm saying now? It's literally, it's so cool. I don't know. Tales of the Past.
Tales of the Past is the most ambitious WoW Machinima series ever made.
This is insane.
This is a 3-part series which is almost 2 hours and 30 minutes long and includes a complex storyline that intertwines with Warcraft lore, has large-scale battles acted out by players, and has surprisingly well-made anime combat fighting scenes.
Dude, the final movie in Tales of the Past is fucking cinema. It's so good. I swear. If you like WoW and you've never seen this, I highly recommend watching it. It is really cool. Like, look at this. It's so sick, bro.
These 3 films are created on the Dune Mall EU server and involved coordination of over 1,000 players and more than 20 voice actors. Some better than others.
Oh yeah.
Demons have controlled us.
Some of them are bad.
The Alliance has ordered us around. This time, we must stand alone.
Yimmer, we have to get out of here. Use the teleport now.
No, Blazer. I mustn't live.
What are you talking about?
It will all be explained. Here. The book and the orb are in your backpack.
The final battle scene in
I don't know why, this makes it so much better. It really does.
Tales of the Past 2 required over 500 players from both factions, more than 10 raid leaders coordinating over Ventrilo, and kill squads of players that would camp trolls trying to interfere with the film's production.
Opa.
And this whole server-wide collaboration crashed the server multiple times. The third film, Tales of the Past 3, has been viewed on Warcraft movies over 6 million times, making it the #1 viewed machinima on the site. A lot of the scenes, the combat ones especially, hold up even to this day and are just an incredible, over-the-top spectacle of machinima creation. One of the things I appreciate most in these films is the clever use of animations. Another advantage World of Warcraft machinimators have is a wide selection of emotes to use.
Dude, Model Viewer was crazy good. It is crazy good. Oh, that's awesome, Bellar. I'm good.
In WoW Model Viewer, you can combine different emotes together and have the bottom half of a model doing one emote and have the top half doing another. In Tales of the Past, they use this to their advantage by combining multiple emotes together to create something totally unintended.
That's so cool.
Which I think is super creative and requires a lot of out-of-the-box thinking. You can tell these films were made with a passion. First, because of the sheer amount of effort put into it, and second, because of all the copyrighted music added to plenty of the scenes. Like, we have almost all of Hans Zimmer's entire discography, the Naruto soundtrack, Nightwish, the Metal Gear Solid 3 soundtrack, and the final battle scene ends with Trust Company's downfall.
Oh! Dude, look at it, it's fucking crazy!
But Tales of the Past has earned its spot as one of the best machinima projects ever created, not only for its technical prowess, but also the server-wide collaboration that was required and the community it fostered. And yeah, the banger soundtrack of badass songs.
Just yoink all Hans Zimmer songs, easy clap. Okay?
一定要为广大玩家造天亮。
要得，为了早日开放巫妖王，我们玩家支持你。
开服就送4周年熊宝宝
，30个威武，
保证没有外挂
，30个荡漾
，3通线路
，30个求交往。
I'm so confused.
Meanwhile, in China, a machinima was released that would transcend its World of Warcraft
I've never seen
audience.
this.
The film, War of Internet Addiction, is a Chinese anti-censorship film made by a user named Corndog.
Okay.
It was uploaded January 21st, 2010, and used World of Warcraft as a framing device for the difficulties Chinese players of World of Warcraft were facing.
Oh. Even my balls start to hurt. It's up here.
当老板好都不用自己上。 结果呢？
乘务，终于拿到乘务了。班长，对不起啊，没准备那么多钱。
喊看你妹去偷水产之水回来开巫妖王，
Okay.
几个月了，屁都没得一个。
The big thing that separates how the West plays World of Warcraft compared to China is that Chinese servers are not hosted by Blizzard. It's third-party companies that host official Chinese World of Warcraft servers. The Shanghai-based game operator called The Nine was given exclusive rights to host the game. That is until April 2009, when the license was moved to NetEase, so Blizzard could get a higher cut of royalties.
Of course.
This transition resulted in a rocky game experience for Chinese players.
Sucks.
Additionally, the government organizations, the General Administration of Press and Publication, and the Ministry of Culture play an important role in the monetization and the censorship of the game.
Okay.
One of the most glaring instances of censorship is the removal of anything related to death, skulls and bones. One of the more hilarious methods of censorship found within the alternate Chinese World of Warcraft client are all of these grim assets simply being turned into loaves of bread. All that is to say, when the World of Warcraft expansion Wrath of the Lich King came out, there was a lot of censorship that needed to be done. So much so, the expansion was released in the West on November 13th of 2008, and it wouldn't be released in mainland China until August 31st of 2010.
What? Wait, so they didn't even get Wrath before, like, Kata was out? I didn't know it was that late. Holy shit.
The Machinima, The War of Internet Addiction, was released between these two dates and voiced the frustration of Chinese players who loved World of Warcraft but were unable to play the new expansion because of their government censorship laws and because of the bureaucratic chaos of third-party companies and government organizations all trying to profit and control the operation of this live service game.
I could probably see like private servers being big, but I'm not really sure about the laws and the rules and shit like that from there. Entire expansion based around the undead. Yeah, that's fucking hard if you have like major censorship, right?
To this day, Chinese players have to deal with this negotiation chaos, and in January of 2023, the game servers were closed entirely after a failed negotiation between NetEase and Blizzard, and were only recently reinstated on August 1st, 2024. Additionally, the War of Internet Addiction also criticizes the Green Dam Youth Escort, which is a mandatory software installed on computers that censored online content and harvested data from users. During this time, the concept of internet addiction in the youth was a hot topic in China. In July of 2008, the state-ran television channel, Chinese Central Television, premiered a special about a man named Dr. Yang, who believed a cure for internet addiction was the practice of electroconvulsive shock therapy, also known as CET. Families would spend around $800 per month for their children to be treated for their internet addiction with psychiatric medication and ECT. The War of Internet Addiction also heavily criticized this method of treatment, and the film's cinematic finish ends with all of the WoW players across China summoning a giant spirit bomb to defeat the symbolic version of Dr. Yang.
Okay. They're literally blowing him up. What the fuck? In Thunderbluff?
The War of Internet Addiction was a wildly popular machinima in China that reached an audience who were not even familiar with World of Warcraft, but Chinese internet users at large could connect with the criticisms the film provided.
Yeah, it's like I'm memeing about it because of the footage, but it's like that's a very serious topic, right? Like internet addiction and literally like having like what the fuck was that, dude? To cure quote unquote internet addiction? I'm so addicted, someone CBT. Okay. Shock therapy, yeah. Yeah, suppression. Exactly.
And although it was censored on various websites, its popularity could not be contained. And would later win the Best Video Award at the Tudo Film Awards.
Okay.
The Machinima's Wikipedia page cites that the video was even more popular than James Cameron's Avatar during that year, but there really isn't any source to this claim.
Okay, that's a big claim, because Avatar was fucking crazy.
It shows the popularity of the film in mainland China.
Yeah.
The War of Internet Addiction showcases the possibilities of machinima, the very game Chinese players are passionate about also gives them the tools to articulate their struggles in an entertaining manner in a filmmaking style that is not as artistically intensive as something like traditional animation.
It's really cool though, like using this as an outlet for like a very serious topic like, you know, oppression and stuff like that is pretty... It's interesting how widely spread the scope of Machinima actually went. From not even just Machinima, but World of Warcraft Machinima, right? Avatar movie had zero cultural impact. The only thing I remember about Avatar is that I was told that it was the most expensive movie ever made, so I have to watch it. That's it. I don't really remember it being like crazy good, but I just remember I wanted to watch it because I just heard how expensive it was. That's literally it. That's like, it's the most expensive movie ever. You gotta watch it. It's decent, visually pleasing. Avatar, from what I remember, was very visually stunning. Like, it was beautiful, but the story was kind of like, oh, okay. I mean, okay, pretty okay. Yeah, not bad. All right, it's good. You know, this okay? Yeah. Oh, it's fine. Please watch it. We spend a lot of money on this. Yeah, guys, please, please, man. The story was shit. It wasn't. It was okay. Yeah. Avatar set the standard in the 3D department, didn't it though? Yeah, I think Avatar pushed a lot of boundaries for like technology and like movie and like what's possible and shit like that. Snow White is where it's at now. Yeah, I heard the new Snow White movie is really good, guys. Definitely go watch that one.
As to say, the rudimentary art form of Machinima can be used to bring attention to the voices of the powerless with simple yet effective storytelling. And I think the war of internet addiction should be recognized by the Warcraft Machinima community at large for its cultural significance.
Yeah. Interesting though. Actually very interesting with the Chinese stuff.
A college student studying history is playing World of Warcraft into the wee hours of the night.
I think I know who this is.
In his free time, he participates in his school's choir and has a passion for storytelling. A passion that he explores by making short films within his favorite game.
You know how I could tell who it was? From the hat. The Oxhorn hat. That's how I could tell.
His name is Brandon Dennis, online name Oxhorn, and creates multiple films for Machinima movie contests, and simply for his own personal enjoyment.
So
Some
good.
of his films would win awards at these contests and
Rufflemouth.
were relatively popular at the time. But in 2007, he would upload an innocuous little short music video parody, think nothing of it, and go to bed. Not knowing that he had just created one of the most popular Machinimas to ever be uploaded on
Is it
YouTube.
Rufflemouth? Yeah, it is.
Rufflemouth. Oxhorn's parody song Rafflemau has almost 18 million views on YouTube.
It's crazy.
It's the second most popular WoW Machinima on YouTube. And while I love
Thank you,
the video
Warlord.
and find it very nostalgic,
Do you like the world of Warcraft?
Yes.
I'm not really sure why it's so popular. If I had to guess, it's because non-WoW players and children enjoyed it. It's like the World of Warcraft version of the Duck song, pretty much.
Yeah, kinda. I think it's just very simple. It's just simple, it's fun, anyone can really relate to it. Stuff like Tales of the Past and like, you know, the illegal Danish, those are like, you have to really play WoW and like, you know, be into the WoW stuff to really get it. This is just a catchy, fun song. Yeah.
Oxhorn was one of the most popular and consistent WoW Machinima creators.
Awesome.
Making multiple shorts, movies, and songs.
Stay away from those crooked elves that look like women and smell like hell. So if you would take my sound advice, keep a distance of at least 10 feet.
One of my favorite pieces of Oxhorn's work is his Inventing Swear Words series. The series' namesake is based off the invented vocabulary of swear words used throughout the series.
I remember this too.
I think we need a new swear word to add to our repertoire. I've been mulling it around a bit and I've come up with bloit.
Bloit?
Bloit. Bloit? Bloit.
Why bloit? It does sound too much like blit, one of the ones we made up last time.
In the early stages of Oxhorn's Machinima career, he made videos on the side while working a bloating Amazon job editing spreadsheets. But one day, he got an offer that he could not refuse.
Someone reached out to me while I was working at Amazon and they said, hey, Oxhorn, I love all your videos. If you fly to San Francisco, we'll give you a job and pay you like 3 times what you're making now to make movies for us. And I'm like,
who's that?
WeGame. And they were developing a software that could hook into the video game that you're playing, allowing you to either record video game footage to your hard drive or allow you to or publish it to their website.
Oxhorn was hired by WeGame to simply make the videos he was already making and upload them to WeGame to attract more users to the site. And at first, it was amazing. A culture of young, upstart creatives pushing to make something big with an endless hunger for success. But as time passed, reality started to set in.
Like the founder of the company was 19 years old. Okay.
Oh my God.
I was older than him when I went to go work for him. And we all loved games. And he thought that he could take on YouTube. We tried. All right. This was 2007.
That's a giant.
2008. I fly down to San Francisco. Man, we tried hard. It was just like I've never been in a work culture like that since.
Oh God.
And it was one of the best experiences of my life. But then, of course, the housing crisis of 2008 happens. All of his investors pull out, and suddenly we're stuck in downtown San Francisco with this office that's like $200,000 a month in rent.
What?
With a startup company that's starting to take off, it's starting to look good, but absolutely no fuel left in the fire.
Despite the tribulations
Oxhorn
faced, he moved back to his hometown and continued to make WoW Machinima. And he also sold merch, sold his original music on iTunes, had a beard care website, published a book, and had a weekly live stream. But at the end of the day, Oxhorn needed to support his family, and World of Warcraft Machinima just wasn't paying the bills. On July 17th, 2013, Oxhorn uploaded his last WoW Machinima, called Into the Tin. But that isn't the end of Oxhorn's content creation online. As of now, he has a wildly popular Fallout lore YouTube channel.
Wow! Yeah, there was a guy in the chat. Who was that said that in the chat? Some guy in the chat said, is that the guy that make Fallout videos? 5 million, 4 million views, 4 million, 4.5 million. Damn, good fucking job. Look at this. He made it. People like this, that like has that much of a drive in life and with work, can make anything work. Dude, he seems like a guy, like from what Platinum explains with like the beer company, the merge, the move, like all the shit he did, he has a drive. He'll make shit work. They were popular back then for a reason. It was not luck. Yeah, exactly. He deserves it. That's awesome. Didn't make the company work? No, but he realized it and he went somewhere else and he made that shit work. So good for him.
So I tip my hat, not only to a creator who inspired me to get into WoW Machinima, but also a fellow lore YouTuber.
That's so awesome, dude. This makes me so happy to see. There's nothing more satisfying than seeing people escape their niche, especially WoW. Not a lot of people are able to do that, yeah.
Now, let's talk about Blood Elf rap music.
Hi, my name is... Who? My name is... Huh? My name is... Nim, baby.
Starting in the Burning Crusade, a phenomenon I will describe as Blood Elf rap music permeated through the World of Warcraft community. The figurehead of these World of Warcraft Blood Elf rap music...
Dude, this shit was so fucking good too. People wanted to mass cancel him, but he was too nice of a person to people to brush it off. I don't know if there's been any drama with Oxhorn or whatever that is. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not gonna comment on it, because I just don't know. So I don't really wanna get into that. This thing is fucking cool though. Nim was like... cinema. This was good shit.
Videos was the warlock named Nim.
Alright, now loot it. Just loot it.
The popularity of Nim's music and Blood Elf rap parodies are truly a product of their time.
True.
This is when World of Warcraft was at its peak cultural relevance, and the only time in our universe where WoW rap music videos are instantly dismissed as being cringe. And let me be clear, they are a bit cringe, but these videos have such blatant campiness that it just puts a smile on my face. So
the video, it is a little bit cringe, I agree, but it is unapologetically itself, and therefore it cancels out the cringe, because it is so, it's just so much itself. It is what it is. It's so cringe that it's not, right? It's so cringe it's based. Exactly, it's just awesome. The cringe is the good part. Yeah, exactly, and it's fucking sick.
So the Blood Elf rap warlock named Nim was a cornerstone to
Why is it cringe? Again, I don't think I like it. I love this shit, but it is like it's so corny and so like nerdy and like wow. But like if you're into that, then it's freaking awesome, you know?
Culture and
this is not the Nim streamer that we know. This is not the Swedish Nim guy. No, this is a different Nim. They're different people. It's just the same name, I guess. If you're into that, I mean, of course. If you're not a WoW Andy, you're not gonna like it, right?
Releasing hit after hit.
Do I look like a vending machine?
Yep.
No, I'm a fireball and MAG.
Nope.
Hard like heroic.
Oh
my God. Handle, so let's do it like a druid in the general channel. Y'all just don't wanna be Warcraft stars full of epics in every set of dog moon cards.
Probably my favorite Nim song is Death Knight Spree, a parody of Eminem's Without Me.
But this is still the game for me, making Machinima Warcraft movies. But does Blizzard really need more money? And we're about to see a Death Knight Spree.
And it's my favorite because I get to dive into World of Warcraft Machinima diss track drama.
Yeah.
And first, we'll review the bar that is dissing a notorious user on Warcraft movies.
Warcraft movies. I see something that's scary. Someone claiming he's a shaman and killing my brainwaves. Horrible. Looks like he smells like he needs a bath. Just that fact is enough cause for me to harass.
This is about the Warcraft movie user named Dimmers.
Okay.
And he is the most underrated troll in the history of the World of Warcraft community.
Okay.
Disaster. Movie catastrophe. Then he made about 7 more vids for the world to see. I am a shaman. Conjuring movie. Conjuring movie. Double platinum.
He made a series of videos called I'm a insert class name here. And they're the most low effort shit posts that seem to be lost to time.
I'm a rogue.
Oh.
I'm a mage. Oh, conjuring. Oh, conjuring. Oh, bread. I'm a warlock and I'm gonna summon someone. Channeling.
Okay, these are kind of cringe. Okay, I'll.
Demonic powers.
Yeah.
In my pants.
These are kind of cringe.
Mom, what are you doing here? I didn't think so.
Mom.
What am I doing here? I was busy shopping.
Oh my! He got his mom, and he's like a grown-ass man. And oh god!
Stop pretending to be a warlock and get off that computer.
The video referenced in this diss track is Dimmer's most popular video, I'm a Shaman, which achieved double platinum status on Warcraft movies.
Really?
Meaning it had 200,000 downloads.
Damn.
I'm a shaman. A shaman. Oh, electricity. Boom.
Despite this video's popularity, people hated this guy.
It's like people that are like hate watching TikTok and Instagram, and like they don't like the videos, they don't comment on them, they just share them to their friends to shit talk them in DMs. That's it. So you see, like there's like maybe there's like 200 likes, 100 comments, 2,000 shares. Oh my god.
You suck. I lolled my ass off with your games.
My eyes bleed, my ears bleed. P.S. You're gay.
Damn.
So okay.
Not funny nor entertaining.
You need to die in a fire. The most creepy movie I've ever
Okay,
seen.
damn.
OMG, YouTube emos are invading Warcraft movies. Run.
The next creator's Nim disses goes as follows.
But Nim's back. Fixing to ensure that movie's never seen again, and then again it's better than How to Paladin Win. You kick it up to warp speed and just show me spin. What's interesting? Jimmy's movie in the contest thing was funny but infringing on the Professor Plum ring.
The latter reference is to Jimmy, the World of Warcraft story.
Good movie.
A popular machinima where he describes epics as Professor Plums.
Epic mage ring. And hell yes, baby, I'm all over the Professor Plums. That's a clue reference to purple.
The other reference is to a popular series at the time called How to Paladin, which all it was sped up PvP clips with migraine-inducing music.
Oh god.
This has almost 200k views on YouTube. But Nim wasn't the only World of Warcraft rap artist
as well.
Who could forget artists like Summer Gale?
You smile and say, "Ni hao," and pump some gold. Ni hao, that's my fur bowl.
It's so old school shit.
Boy up in this hoe,
Watch me switch ones, watch me go.
And we can't forget the slick bars of Gigi, aka PvP Girl. Oh yeah, also
Holy shit.
Gigi, aka PvP Girl, had an app that you could buy on the App Store.
What?
Well, I have an iPhone app featuring 13 of your favorite PvP Girl songs, including many of the collabs that you've heard and loved over the past couple years.
I mean, shit, dude, you gotta make that money. It is what it is.
As well as a chat feature, which allows you guys to chat with the other fans, as well as myself.
Yeah.
All of this for only $2.99.
Just the name PvP Girl with the U as well. It's such a... This feels like a different lifetime. Oh my god.
I could talk about WoW Machinima music videos all day, but let me just talk about some of my favorites. We gotta talk about Ulduar by Summergale and Cranius, which is just such an earworm of a song.
Banger.
The thing I love most about this video is the editing and the effects. It's just so incredibly 2009 with its style. It's like a Lady Gaga music video with a Warcraft sheen over it. And the actual subject matter of the song is about, well, let me just read you the description. Ulduar has a bit of a Romeo and Juliet theme, where the PvEer, sung by Summergale, is dating the PvPer, sung by Cranius.
Wow.
He's a punk and a bit of a rebel. She's a highly skilled and geared raider.
Wow.
She wants to bring him along to her playground of choice, the newest, most challenging raid instance. He wants nothing to do with it, and wants to show her the dark side of PvP.
Damn.
Another favorite of mine is Honor Kills. This is by the Azerothian 6, a parody of the real rap group D12.
I'm sick of all this raiding, we'll screw arena raiding.
Dude, I have every single video except the Chinese one. I have seen all of them. I didn't used to think I was like a nerd growing up, but I think I was.
But nothing compares to pursuing all these honor kills.
And it features the best of the best. We got Nim, we got Gigi, aka PvP Girl, we got Decision, Obeying the Nation, Dominion, and Red Eye.
So crit, come on crit. I said come on crit, everybody in Warsong just laugh a bit.
And the reason why—
Dude, yeah, he better mention Cranius. This would not be a Machinima, like, video without Cranius. Holy shit.
I love this song is not only—
Cranius is one of my favorites, actually, out of all of them.
Because it's a guilty pleasure track, but it's also like really well edited while simultaneously being utterly ridiculous and a thing that could only exist in 2009.
Yeah.
With its World of Warcraft characters superimposed into like these badass gangsta graffiti-filled subway stations.
It's awesome.
Walking through Grand Theft Auto 4 skylines and futuristic bathroom peep shows.
Hey!
It's beautiful work. And lastly, I just gotta mention Jace Hall's I Play WoW. Another just epic WoW parody with scenes that cannot be shown on modern YouTube. Jace Hall is just wearing a shirt that says gamer, and the best line ever uttered in a WoW parody song. And while people like to hate and discriminate and be mean, in my world we work together to defeat the Lich King. Doesn't matter if you're black, white, ugly, or fat. Everybody be kicking booty in the world of Warcraft. And all of these WoW music—
Doesn't matter if you're fat or ugly. You can kick— guys, doesn't matter if you're fat. Doesn't matter if you're ugly. You can still come and do the Lich King with us. Yeah, I don't care if you're ugly.
Creators have disappeared off the face of the internet for the most part. The only creator that I know of that is still active is Charm, and you gotta respect maintaining that passion for over 17 years.
Damn.
Other than that, Gigi, aka PvP Girl, is also active and is now posting anti-Zionist documentaries on her World of Warcraft music video parody channel.
Okay, that's a swap up in content.
Let's jump all the way back to the first ever BlizzCon movie contest. One of the winners of the contest was the movie called Return, created by Taran Gregory and Ezra Ferguson.
Okay.
Taran Gregory was studying video production and film at the University of Washington at the time, and it clearly shows, as one of the things that this movie excels at compared to the other winners of the competition is its use of visual language and shot composition.
Yeah.
In fact, it was so apparent that at E3 2006, he met with Blizzard employees who asked him if he wanted to work for Blizzard as an associate video editor.
Impressive. Same thing with Hurricane as well. Similar story, I suppose.
He said yes, and his first project was for patch 1.12, which featured the PvP towers in the Eastern
This was cool.
Lands. He would later work on site at South Park to help in the creation of their WoW-centric episode.
Scroll over him with your mouse cursors!
Oh, yeah.
And right click!
And Taran's first big project was the Black Temple patch trailer.
Oh,
and if
yeah.
the unique process of WoW Machinima interests you, I highly recommend checking out the Building Azeroth episode on the Warcraft channel,
cool.
because it's filled with fascinating stuff.
I remember when we were putting this shot together,
This is so
just
cool.
how tricky it was, because there were a lot of different layers and characters and effects going on with his wings and the transparency and the shadow, but we didn't have a lot of advanced tools. And I actually taped cellophane onto my monitor, and I would draw kind of an outline around where Illidan was when he started and where he ended, so I could frame up the shot again.
That's kind of cool.
And shoot it again with Kael'thas, again with Lady Vaj, and then
That's
the
awesome.
environment, and then the character, and then hope it all comes together.
It's a good
and it did.
cutscene.
And it did.
While working at Blizzard, Taran kept in contact with the Machinima community and traveled to Machinima events and helped organize a Machinima creator meeting at BlizzCon. I think Taran's most iconic work is the Wrathgate cinematic, which is not only a highlight for the Wrath of the Lich King expansion, but for the entire Warcraft universe.
This was fucking cool, by the way. Imagine being a person like making Machinima just as a hobby for fun, as like filmmaking, and you get fucking hired by Blizzard to work on an official. That is so insane. And then you make one of the most, like, I don't know, like, cool cinematics, cutscenes, whatever you want to call it ever.
The big scene with the dragons as they're laying down the red dragon fire, we needed dragon breath. Instead of doing it traditional composite methods, we ended up making a vehicle out of the fire on the ground. The pillar of fire breath would sit in the seat of the fire, and then the dragon would attach to the pillar of flame.
So
and the whole thing was now
innovative.
a car. We would just drive around the battlefield, and it looked like a dragon strafing, when it was just this vehicle being piloted around.
Oh, damn.
Taran would continue to work on countless projects, some of my personal favorites being the Gilneas cinematic,
Oh, these are good
Siege of
too.
Orgrimmar cinematic, the Black Hand vs. Yrel scene, and the Junkertown cinematic for Overwatch. Taran is now the cinematic narrative director for World of Warcraft, and I couldn't think of anyone more deserving of the role, and has left a legacy within the World of Warcraft universe that started with a simple machinimated film that changed the direction of his life and the world of Azeroth as we know it.
You made a career out of it. That's freaking impressive. Awesome. Good job. Now what? Ah, okay.
What I would consider to be the second generation of WoW.
Oh, Kakio. I'm a little bit sad he didn't mention Cranius with the big blue dress and shit like that. But obviously, there's so many big names. Also, World of Roguecraft. A lot of cool shit, right? But Kakio. Kakio's Danish, by the way. Really awesome dude. Krender, Nixium, slightly impressive. Yeah.
Machinima creators are the channels that were making films between 2011 and 2018 roughly.
Crucial.
These creators were influential in their own right and carried on the legacy of WoW Machinima, but who, in 2025, is still making WoW Machinima? Well,
Captain Grimm.
I'd like to shout out a couple of creators still making stuff.
Grimm.
The Lost Codex is a WoW lore YouTube channel that creates storybook-style videos covering the history of the Warcraft universe, told with an in-universe twist.
Oh, that's cool.
It also has a great use of
I'll go up here so
visual
you guys can see the
Our
channel name.
Emperor had a holy vision of a great battle. A clash between dark and light.
Oh.
We call it Renilash, the final battle.
Gorak's Guide makes animated shorts focusing on classic WoW and animates all of the characters by hand.
Oh, is it 100K?
And has an incredible eye for slapstick comedy and pushing these ancient models to
He's
their
awesome.
limits.
Gorak is awesome.
Sixten is a creator who recently started making video essays.
Haven't seen this
getting
guy.
into the weeds, discussing the methods of storytelling within World of Warcraft and the game's unique history.
Okay.
And has a great way of articulating complex ideas.
Because World of Warcraft isn't just a scrapbook of your best hits. It's a living, breathing world with its own special way of remembering its players.
Yeah.
Let's explore all the weird nooks and crannies that a long-lived game like World of Warcraft
Oh, is that
creates.
Rickful?
Weed Elf is a machinimator and songwriter
Oh, Weed
who
Elf!
recently has been involved with the hardcore guild OnlyFangs
Weed Elf
and
is funny.
keeping the genre of World of Warcraft rap alive.
This is like old school vibes. It really is.
And he also has this wonderfully made machinima called Weed Quest, the Ancient Blunt. And it's exactly what you'd expect.
We're looking for an ancient magical blunt. Could you help us find it?
I've not seen this.
Yeah. I haven't had kush like this since Medivh's tower party back in Taran.
And of course, we gotta mention Captain Grimm, another master of WoW Machinima production with handmade animations and a keen eye for physical comedy.
True. Grimm is awesome.
And there are just so many others, and some that I'm sure I'm forgetting. And additionally, over the past 20 years of World of Warcraft history, there are so many other prolific videos and creators that I can talk about, but this video is already getting really, really long.
Dude, we watched this for 50 minutes. This has been a really good video. I've really been enjoying this.
I didn't even mention Spiff World, who's my favorite WoW Machinima creator of all time and my biggest inspiration to get into the space.
Yeah.
And I'd love it if you went into the comments and said what your favorite WoW Machinima is. Whether I mentioned it in this video
Cranius
or not.
is a
this
good
video
mention.
is a work of passion to tell the history of the art form, and I'd love if the comment section reflected that. And what if you, dear viewer, wanted to get into making WoW Machinima? Well, I can recommend a couple resources to you.
Okay.
There's currently a version of WoW Model Viewer compatible with the War Within, but the Battle for Azeroth version is far more stable. You can join the WoW Model Viewer Discord, and there will be some very helpful people that can help you get started. There's also an add-on called Narcissus that you can use to green screen WoW characters, and there's this other add-on called Scene Machine that is some crazy black magic that allows you to make scenes in 3D spaces and animate the camera, and it's actually unbelievable.
Dude,
and of
that's
course,
insane.
OBS is the simplest way to record and capture your gameplay. All of the tools are here for you to get started. In fact, I couldn't think of a better time to get started because you have 10 expansions worth of assets that you can use. You want a scene in a swamp? Boom, swamp. We have so many different types of swamps that you can go to. You want a scene in the mountains? We got so many different zones in the mountains. Want a certain type of house? We got a lot of different types of houses that you can make a film in. Do you want a chair in your house? We got a million different types of chairs. So many chairs. There are so many assets in this game. It has inadvertently turned it into like a Microsoft 3D movie maker from the 90s. Like, the world is at your fingertips here, and you don't need to make a single asset to make a cohesive movie. Am I the only one that thinks this is crazy?
This is crazy. It is cool.
In the early days of Machinima, it was seen as its own specific art form to make music videos, short stories, and films. But now we're in 2025, and the way people consume content online is vastly different than what it was back then. Nowadays, Machinima could potentially be your full-time job, but the algorithm-based consumption of content online pushes creators away from making films and instead making more recognizable YouTube videos. That isn't to say Machinima is dead. Rather, it has the ability to take a new form and bleed into other content for the game, like class guides, video essays, lore videos,
it can make it in other ways.
Updates. So while what we recognize as old-school Machinima may be lost to time, the art form can innovate into the type of content that is consumed today.
I still think people still do make similar content to the old school Machinimas. Like, there's Barney's adventure that we watched with the Scarab Lord adventure. There's also Swag Victor's Uber Danger made an awesome Machinima series as well. Like, there are still series like that, but they're consumed in a bit of a different way, I suppose, nowadays, right? Yeah, Pint made some awesome freaking videos too.
Years. World of Warcraft Machinima has become an iconic part of the game's player culture, blending creativity with in-game mechanics to craft compelling works of art. And it's through this creativity, players have fundamentally changed the legacy of World of Warcraft.
Yep.
Not only this, WoW Machinima has made a lasting impact, leaving a notable mark on the early days of video sharing websites on the internet as a whole, and even to this day, there is still a community of Azerothian filmmakers, turning the world into a canvas for their creativity.
This is beautiful.
And I think that's pretty neat.
Dude, what an awesome video. I love this. This was freaking awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this with me, guys. Platinum WoW is a awesome dude. I actually met Platinum WoW at BlizzCon. I was walking around BlizzCon and I was just by myself. I was like getting some footage for a vlog, just like chilling. And then some guy walked up to me and he's like, "Hey man, dude, I love your videos. You're freaking, like, I love your stream. You're freaking awesome." I'm like, "Oh, thanks, dude. That's really cool, man." And I was like, okay, I mean, I thought it was just like some viewer. And I was like, wait, I recognize his voice. Because I've never seen how he looked like I haven't seen his face before. I've only heard his voice. And I was talking to him for a little bit, like a minute or two, and I was like, wait, this is Platinum WoW. And I was like, what the hell? I was like, oh man, yeah, I love your videos, dude. You're fucking awesome. I didn't realize before, after like a minute of talking, that I was talking to Platinum WoW. He was there with his girlfriend. I was like, what? Yeah, and it was so awesome. Such a wholesome guy, man. I'm actually quite excited to, hopefully we can get to go to BlizzCon as well, 2026. Can go with Mordial, maybe if she's down. That could be sick. Regardless though, awesome video. If I were to give like an honorable mention for a content creator, I would say Cranius. Old Gandalf, says Krendor. Oh, I didn't know if you could mention Nim lives rent-free in my head. What a great watch. Krendor, Oxhorn and Nim. Man, Cranius, yeah.